Hello, welcome to the Colourful Creativity podcast. My name is Carolien and this is episode 86. You can find me online everywhere as Carolien, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Ravelry, the works. I have a web shop, carolien.etsy.com or colourfulcreativity.nl, and there is a Ravelry group for this podcast, which is the Colourful Creativity group, and you can find that in the group section on Ravelry. So, welcome back everyone, for all returning viewers. Welcome to all new viewers. I'm happy you are checking me out. I hope you like it here. Stick around and subscribe down below. As you can see, the cats are home. Hooray! Binks is not his usual self. He hates change, and since everything is all brand new and not smelling like him anymore, and also not like Laia. Laia is the one who will get his and claws, etc. So that's a bit rough at the moment, but I think we'll manage. During daytime it's a bit less. They've only been home for 2 days, so they came home Sunday. It's now Tuesday. Not my regular recording day, but last week was just one big blur of doing lots of stuff and lots of free days and a long weekend with Sunday and Monday. So we were just super busy and Robert was home, so no time to record. But like I was saying, they've only been home 2 days and they've been adjusting very well, so I'm very hopeful that this also will pass soon. So if you hear a weird noise like or something, that would be Binks, and he would have encountered Laia somewhere he didn't expect it, or she would be too close or something. For now, from what I see, she is back there lying on a blanket and being perfectly happy, and Binks is walking around washing himself, as you can hear loudly. Our house is almost finished. We have a kitchen again, we have a floor, we can live here, we have all our furniture back in place, except for the stuff we moved around and put it in another place, or decided we're not gonna put it back. The cat's home, so basically back to normal living, except for a few things that have to be done still, like painting here and there, a little bit of ceiling. The new ceiling is installed but not yet finished, so you can see all the screws in it. It's a good thing we didn't finish, because yesterday evening we heard a mouse on the ceiling. Check. Not what we were hoping for. So last night we had to unscrew one of the ceiling parts and look for the mouse. No mouse, of course. Put it back in place, and there it was, the noise again. The mouse was back. Somewhere on the ceiling is a mouse. We will be taking precautions tonight, closing all holes, and hopefully that will solve that problem. We might have just missed a hole or something, and now it's trying to get out somewhere and has to go through all the insulation. Yeah. We will put up some mouse traps or something to make sure that there will be no more mice there soon. The cats were like, really? It was really funny. We all heard it and we were all looking at the same place, and yeah, nothing to see, of course. But this is not a general life podcast. This is a knitting and crafting podcast. So let me start with that. I have so many things to tell you, and not that much in knitting to show you, because like I said, I was super busy with other things. I kind of painted the whole interior, like the walls and the ceiling, myself, because like Robert said, you can do it better. That's true. Seriously, it's true. I had to redo his part of the ceiling because he had like big stripes and blocks in it. Where I did it, there was nothing visible. It was just one smooth layer of white. So, okay, well, I'll do it then. Yeah, I will give you a tour. It is still a mess. We are still unpacking boxes and stuff and putting things in the right place. But so far so good, and I really love my kitchen. So, very happy with that. The floor is also very easy to clean, which is nice with cats. Even though they don't have a lot of fur, they do make a lot of mess. Then, let me really start with this. And my first finished object, I am wearing my boy lollipop sweater. It is a design by Nancy Ritchie and I love it. I will add a few photos in here so I don't have to stand awkwardly in front of the camera like this. Still, I do like that, but here you can see. It's a real crop top. I will just stand up and you can look at my belly. It's like here on the biggest part of my tummy. And that's fine. I am wearing a very high-waisted skirt and a top underneath. So, but for better view of this, I will show you the photos I took when I just got my new kitchen. So, finished this one the day, I think the day the kitchen was placed. So, it was really nice. Me in my yellow, my boy lollipop sweater in front of my yellow kitchen. Yay! So, you can see me wearing it on different items. I have worn it on a navy maxi dress, on a short with a top underneath, or just like this without a top underneath, and on my green striped skirt. And that is the combination I love most, and that is what I'm wearing today as well. I really need more high-waisted stuff because, well, I don't have that much, because the high-waisted things here that I get are medium waist to me, because everything goes in between my belly rolls. It just goes down and makes the crease even worse. So I have to find something that's really high-waisted, like underneath my boobs waist. Any suggestions? Very welcome. I have looked on ASOS and found one pair of jeans that I might like, but I don't know my size for ASOS and I hate sending it back, but I have to check. They did have the website now in Dutch and in Euro, so maybe they have changed their return stuff. So, the top is, like I said, the My Boy Lollipop sweater. I joined the knit along in May and I finished it one of the last days of May. So I made it in 1 month. I made a sweater in 1 month. That's what you get for almost being monogamous. The yarn I used is a DK weight by Ching Fiber. It's super soft DK, which is a MCN base. I got it on sale and I just loved the color. It's yellow and you get me. I would have dyed it myself if I wouldn't have to do the renovation, but well, I had the renovation, so dyeing was not an option, so I had to buy something. And DK was really difficult. At the moment there's a lot of DK going around. More dyers are doing DK, which is very good. And I hope to be doing that soon as well. The needle size I used, I think was it was a 4mm, and I used the Xiaobu circulars, non-interchangeable. I would have needed a 4.5mm from Higher Sharp, which is my go-to usually, but that would mean I would have to take the interchangeables, and the tips were already in use for something else, so I took the 4mm Chaogu because they are a little bit less slick, which means that my gauge was the same with a 4mm Chaogu as the 4.5mm higher sharps. So, oh, Mr. Beast, you're back again. Back again, yes. Then, well, enough about this top. I also have a pair of socks finished. Second finished, probably, I think these two were finished the day apart. And both were kind of the days the kitchen was installed. So yeah, you can guess what I did while people were in my house and I was not able to do anything else. The second day I was having a headache and I was like, get out of my house, get out of my house. And the guy didn't go because he could only go until it was finished. And then he didn't finish it all quite. So the days after we noticed some things that weren't correct. And he had to come back a week later. But oh well, that's what you get for 10-hour plus work days. Things are not always going perfect. Everything's fixed now. Everything is fine. I was just very annoyed that day. Let me just say hormones, and I guess you know what was wrong with me. These socks, I made them with Vlotte Sokken, I think. Oh my, I forgot the yarn. It's down here. I think it was Mississippi, but I'm not sure if it was Vlotte Sokken. Relana Vlotte Sokken, Mississippi, Vierfach? Probably. At least it was happy, bright and colorful, and these were my sanity socks for during the renovation. And I started them pretty early in the renovation and I finished them at the end of the renovation, so they did their job very well. Higher sharps, 2.5mm, a few rows, I think 10 rows of twisted rib. I knit these cuff down because that's usually my go-to, because I like the Kitchener. It used to be toe up what I liked, but I don't like a bind off, and I do love a Kitchener, so I turned it around. The heel is a fish lips kiss heel, and then my usual round toe, or a little bit rounded, not the real straight toe, but just a bit more rounded toe, and the Kitchener. Really enjoyable knit for in the car and just mindless, easy knitting. So those are my two finished objects. Like I said, I have not been knitting a lot in the past weeks, but I have done a bit. Then we are my one and only whip in this fondant fiber bag. You would think there's a color theme going on. Yellow, yellow, my kitchen is yellow, and this is also yellow. This is a test knit, and this test knit is called the Beachcomber Pullover. It's a top and it's a pattern by Carly Perrins. Here you can see it probably better like this. It is a striped tee. I know it's black and white and it looks like one color, but it's not. Here you can see it in color. Let me see the back and the front. Yes, that's nice and bright, right? You can see I used two different colors already. And this is yellow and this is more orangey yellow, and now I'm at the wine red color. My little bit of yarn fell, and of course someone was down there and he's demanding all the cuddles. So I have knit a lot on this, and being a not monogamous knitter, I am now knitting monogamous. So yeah, it has its advantages to be monogamous, and you just knit on this and grab it whenever you can. So the stripes go 2 of the same color. You first have the stockinette and then you get a bit of reverse stockinette. It has a very, very interesting construction, at least for me, because I have never done that. I've only done the in the round yokes with some short row shaping, but this was first cast on flat, and then after the arms it was joined in round. I still have to pick up the neckband and make some ribbing there, and I have to pick up the arms, but I will do that later. For now, I'm not bored yet with just doing straight stockinette rounds. There's a very, very nice, handy instruction in here in the pattern, and at the moment I am actually knitting this inside out, because that way I can just keep knitting stockinette instead of having to purl all the way. I can just keep knitting. Otherwise I would have to do everything in purl for the reverse stockinette, and now I can just knit, and that goes a lot faster, I can tell you. For the first part you had to purl because it was flat, and that was okay. I managed, and the rows weren't that long. I mean, I'm a big girl, so these rows are quite decent. The yarn I'm using is a sport weight. I am using cotton. Yes, it is a summer top, so I was like, yeah, I can use my cotton. So let me find the yarn. I am using Katona for the first colors. This is number 517. This is my current color, the wine red, and this is by Scheepjes. This is a sport weight. I have the 25 gram balls, so I have lots of ends to weave in. I'm doing a few right away, but on the reverse stockinette it's a bit more difficult, so I will be doing those later, which is fine. Then I have this color next, 394. It's a beautiful purple, violet purple. And then I don't have everything in my project bag because it's a bit much to have all this in there. The first 2 colors are these 2, also Katona 411 for the orangey yellow, and 208 which is kind of sunshine on the first yellow. And then for the last color I have Catania, which is basically the same base as Katona, so in color 162, which is chocolate brown. So this is just a lot of Katona I have in shop stock, but I stopped selling it. I stopped doing the classes I did with crochet, so I was like, yeah, I tried to sell it before the renovation. It didn't sell a lot, and putting it all single in Etsy is not, absolutely not doable. It's not profitable mostly. These little balls are €1.20. I would discount them to like €1. I would have to pay 20 cents for putting it up there, and then they would ask about 10%, which is like 30 cents, so I would get 70 cents instead of €1. Like I said, not profitable for Etsy. I hope in my new shop that I'm still building, thank you for asking, thank you for your patience, I can put the leftovers in there, but for now I was like, I can just use it myself partially. The colors I like myself, I can just use it and try my hand in cotton knitting for the first time. The Catania is the stuff I had when I started crocheting years and years and years ago, and yeah, I have have a massive stash of that. All the colors that went out, I would buy them all because they would be on sale. And I would of course love those colors. There's like one that's super bright yellow, and I have enough to make myself a whole summer top, I think. So, plenty of cotton, and I actually enjoy it, knitting with it, and I didn't expect that. My previous try with something cotton, which was a cotton acrylic blend, was not as successful. I ripped it because there was no stretch in it, and it was a dollard race and it needed to stretch. This one does not need to stretch because the pattern is written for a non-stretchy yarn, so linen or cotton, or a blend of something like that. These are knitted on 3.25mm needles. I started with the flat on 3.0mm needles. I swatched with the recommended needle size, and that turned out a bit too big. It would have been a size 60 instead of my size 48 that I am supposed to be knitting. I love the drape, but I also like it a bit tighter, so I swatched again. Yes, I swatched and I re-swatched, and it was fine. I will admit, this one is a bit shorter. I didn't do all the ribbing, and I didn't do all that one because I wanted to be finished. I washed them in the washing machine like I would do with my top, and then I blocked it, and this one was right. So this was a needle size down compared to this one, and for the flat that was perfect. But then I remembered when I go in a round I knit a little bit tighter, so I would have to go up a needle size again. So if you knit in a round, you have to swatch in a round, and if you knit flat, you have to swatch flat. And if you do both, you would actually have to swatch both, but I forgot. I really didn't pay attention to that, and I was like, okay, measured my stitches after joining in a round on the needle, which is not the best, but I was like, yeah, eyeballing it. I guess that's also a little bit of experience in knitting, that you can just, you know your hand of knitting most of the times, and you know that when you knit in a round you're a bit tighter than when you do flat. It can also be the other way around. People can do really tight purls. My purls are a bit looser, so. And this is all stockinette and all just knitting and no more purling, so this will be a bit tighter than my flat gauge. All in all, loving this knit so far at the moment. The weather is great for it. I am zooming through like with a stripe a day at the moment because I'm knitting just a lot with the cats just home. We had a lovely weekend where we just sat on our asses and put on some Netflix and just didn't do a thing. That was nice after 8 or 10 weeks of renovation and doing a lot every freaking day. So, whip, only whip. Very nice whip. Soon there will be more whips, but for now, this is it. There are, however, plenty of new acquisitions, so I'm gonna dive in there right away with this one. This is a soft sock by Nicole C. Mendes, and it is a self-striping in the Easter eggs colorway. And I won that in her Ravelry group, the Nicole C. Mendes Ravelry group, in the monthly sock knit along. So she has an amazing sock knit along, and every month you can win a skein of her yarn, and then you can pick it from her whole range of colors that she has at that moment. So thank you very much, Nicole. I really love your knit along. I have to admit that after Sock Madness my sock mojo is down again, and that's bad because I have my own designs to knit, but oh well. I do now have my test knit and I have to focus on that, and after that it will be another amazing test knit, which I'm really looking forward to. but I will have to keep you hanging there for that bit. I'm not gonna say anything else. So my sock mojo is a bit down the drain, but that's fine. I already knit quite a lot of socks this year, thanks to Sock Madness. I ripped that Sock Madness sock that I showed you last time, I think. It was in purple. It were my Canon socks, yeah, they were ripped. They were too tight, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna enjoy this, so no. The answer is just no. Then, for everyone who is on the clan of Igors from Undercover Otter, look away if you haven't gotten your May package. So, yes, looking away, then here it is. The clan of Igors May is Zachary. And yeah, I haven't read it all, or I did read it a long time ago. Well, this one is less spectacular. My husband said that one is not the first one I would guess with Undercover Otter, but after all the others this year, I am absolutely in agreement with Petra. There hasn't been any blue, so, and I'm not a fan of blue. I like my turquoise blue and my bright and heavy blues, my aqua. This is Zachary, and of course, if you join for a year-long surprise skeins, there will always be one that is not quite your cup of tea, but I'm pretty sure this will make an amazing pair of socks for Robert, or even for myself. It is the squirm base, which is like the same base as the soft sock here, and the same as my soft sock. So that is one of my favorite bases for socks, because they are so nice, warm and soft. I think a blueberry waffle or something with this would be amazing. And as always, I'm very happy just collecting Undercover Otter specials. That was not the only thing in the package. There was also this cute little otter tin. Well, it's plastic, it's not a tin, but container with stitch markers. Hope you can see it. Please focus, you idiot. You camera. There it is. 2 sizes, 2 colors. So, very nice rings. Nice and smooth. I like it. Then, last time I told you I was very excited about getting visitors. Well, they were here, and it's already been more than a week ago. It's so weird. Monique and her husband Ron came by. They are in the Netherlands at the moment for a 3-week tour of the Netherlands, meeting up with family and friends, and we had a lovely time. It was absolutely a blast having a knitter and having to relax after working super hard to get the house in order, so we could have guests even, and we could sit at a dinner table. So I made a rijsttafel, so a rice table, Indonesian rijsttafel for her. I got the recipes from friends, and yeah, it was amazing. That's what Monique really wanted to eat when she was in the Netherlands, because she really missed that, because her mom made that for her when she was younger. And I learned it from a friend to make a few recipes, and then I added the things I knew that my mom would make me, and from another friend who I asked, is this a real rijsttafel? And she was like, well, you've got it all. So basically, yes, it's a good one. I had 7 pots cooking. It was really the biggest stress test of the kitchen after installing it a week before. So it worked, and I'm super happy with my new kitchen. So that was a good one. I have just a few photos with Monique. I will put them in here. We went to Germany on Monday to have lunch. And there was a cute little bench we sat on and was like, we have to take a photo here. So we did that, and then we went to get some ice cream, and because next to the ice cream shop is a yarn store. Yay! So we went yarn shopping. In Germany there's not a lot of things here, just over the border, so it was just a nice and relaxing, because I also had to make the rijsttafel for that evening, and that would mean like a few hours of standing in the kitchen. I did prepare on Saturday already, but it's still, there's a lot of things to do on the day itself. The day before we just took it easy. It was really hot here, and Robert and I stayed home, and I explained how to go to the city center, and there was a flea market and a normal open market, and they had a lot of fun in the city center. They got some really nice things at the flea market, but yeah, it was just too hot for me to go to the city center, and my pelvis was hurting a lot, so I was like, yeah, I'm really sorry I can't go with you, but I don't want to spoil your fun. Please go and have fun. And if there's anything wrong, we can just pick you up. Robert brought them there because they just missed the bus. So yeah, Sunday city center open day is like super busy, and I just wasn't up for it with over 30 degrees. I was like, no, I will just lay in my bed under my fan and try not to die. So I made some nice dinner again for that evening, and we had some beers and knitted outside. We had a really nice time, and they were like, yeah, a bit more relaxing than the last few days was also very nice. So I'm very happy I was able to do that. But in the German yarn store, we found something really nice. It is Bergère de France Estivale, and this is a really cute yarn. There you can see it. Pailletten. I forgot the English name. Maybe it will come to mind later. It is a 50% acrylic, a 21% hemp, and a 29% polyester yarn. I have 5 of these. I also have 5 of these, and I have 5 of this color. So I am absolutely thrilled that I went with the colors I went with for my test knit top, because these were my other options. Like, I had this in cotton laid out for a top that would be like the original, like the one the designer knit. But I'm very happy I didn't, because then I would be bored with this combination, and I think it looks really cute for another summer top. I mean, it's hemp and acrylic, and it feels like it will soften up a lot when wearing and washing and knitting. So I'm very interested. You can see the price of every ball. That's not what I paid. It was on sale. It was only $1.95 per ball. So this will be an amazing summer top. I still have to find a pattern, and I might even be able to squeeze out 2 with my 15 balls. I mean, what's the weight? I think it's about a sport weight. 50 grams is 143 meters or 156 yards. So that's roughly almost 300 meters, 286. So that would be, yeah, a sport weight-ish. So I think that will be nice. Then I also got this one, and this is a Katia Socks Jaipur. I had to watch it to see what it was. It's 100 grams and 420 meters, and it is a 41% cotton, 39% wool, 13% polyamide, and 7% polyester. And this is a summery sock yarn. So I like the colors a lot, and I need some extra shorty socks. And I thought something with cotton would be better than some thick or warm wool for summer. So I hope to cast on soon. I do have some other socks on the needles for that. I remember now, I think a Rico yarn, but I'm knitting on DPNs and that's going really slow. So I have to change that to a circular, and then I will probably fly through them. I know I can do a foot a day, so, and with only 20 rounds of ankle or cuff, that's like 2 days of knitting and I have a sock. Yeah, that is all the acquisitions I have. I really hate it. I can't find the word for these things in English. I actually was inspired by the Pailletten Perlen Plunder file. It is a German Instagram account I follow, Frickelcast. It is by two lovely German ladies. And they have these really nice knit-alongs, but everything is in German. And well, since I speak German, that's fine with me, but I can understand that for some in English it's difficult. The Pailletten Perlen Plunder file is a frikkel-along. Frikkel is crafting, like everything you can imagine: sewing, knitting, crocheting, embroidery, everything you do with your hands is in that term. And it's like the these things, pailletten. I hate it that I can't find a word. I will have blended it in a million times by now because I would have Googled it after the podcast, after recording. And beads and just anything you can imagine, sparkly and glitter, etc. in your yarn would count. So I was really inspired after seeing all the projects with this kind of yarn with sparklies and stuff. This one has it. I saw a lot of pretty ones at the store, but there were like 25 grams of a beautiful, I think it was a mohair silk, also with those things in it. It was $12.95 per 25 grams. I was like, yeah. For something my size, I would probably need 10 balls minimum. Not gonna happen. I didn't have that much money with me and I don't want to spend it there because, well, it is a very commercial yarn store, but the lady is not that good at selling. She was hovering. I was like holding stuff and looking at things, and she was hovering behind me all the time, practically within my personal space. I almost didn't get anything, but I always feel bad, so that's why I got the sock yarn. And then I saw the other yarn and I was like, okay, bring it all to mama. I will take it all. But still, she was hovering and she was really, really bad. Oh man. There's a reason I don't say I have a local yarn store, or I say I don't have a local yarn store. I don't go there very much, and if I go, it's with a goal. I'm pretty set on what I need, but no, I order my yarn online or I dye it myself. It's that bad. I started my own local yarn store. Let's just say my stash is big enough for it. I just lack in sport and DK weight. I just have a lot of fingering, so that's why I'm trying to add other yarn at the moment. Well, I'm rambling, so I'm probably gonna leave you with that and see you again soon. Now at the end I will do the house tour, and I hope you enjoy it. I love my kitchen and I love my new tiles in the toilet. And for those of you who remember, it's just like my bathroom, and yes, those tiles were left over from the bathroom. We still have a few left of every color, just to be safe when something goes wrong. And I'm just very happy with how the whole renovation went, and also that I am still alive after the renovation. My body took it better than the last renovation, and so did I, mentally. And I think letting everything go and just focusing on one thing really helped me. I still had my days where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. But yeah, the result, I'm very happy. And yeah, I'm curious if you had any renovations done and understand what I mean. Renovations are rough and tough, and there's always something going wrong. Just like now with the mice on the ceiling. It happens and everything can be fixed. That was my mantra. That was one thing one of the men who works here said to me: everything can be fixed. So I kept with that and a positive attitude, and so far so good. So for everyone having to do a renovation, I guess that might be something to keep in mind. And with that, I'm wishing you a wonderful week and hope to see you again soon. Bye bye. As you can see, that side is still full of stuff that has to find a place or has to be thrown away. My pans need to be thrown away because they don't work on my new plate. So I finally have my lovely double big sink. Oh yes, I'm so happy. New dishwasher is also very nice because it has a lot more settings than my old one. And the area that's it's all about. I have 5 spots where I can put my pans. This one I can use as a double. Here you can see the yellow. Yellow. Here you can see me sporting my crop top. One microwave oven and a real oven, fridge and freezer, and just lots of drawers. I love it. This is how we look out. House for sale over there for anyone local. We've got this problem situation. This is all stuff that I unpacked, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna need it. And well, let me just say, we had to do a lot of stuff last night late to find the mouse. We had to get the light off, and everything is still there because we have to do the rest tonight. And there's still stuff from IKEA. We have to install lights for the kitchen. My white big cupboard is back. Scratch Castle, the television is back. There's Miss Laia sleeping. Those are back in place. The couches are back with every color blanket on the side. And there's my new little cubby that was next to me when I was sitting there. I didn't like that way of sitting because, especially in winter, it would be cold from the window. There's Miss Laia. And there would be a little draft. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here forever. So we changed it up again, like this. And my wheel, litter box, etc. And my lovely chair. And that is where I sat to record the podcast. Now you can see the angle. All back again. But I will walk past this and go to the toilet to show you. I thought it was nice. It was in a bucket. And I put all the dirty laundry in a bucket and take it upstairs. but I thought it was nice to have it as a mouse catcher. So, hello toilet. We have to put things up so we can hang the toilet roll and the towel, but so far, isn't that awesome? I really love it. There's that one. And the window is also painted. All we have to do is paint this. But all in due time. For now we have mouse watch. I will show you the lights in the ceiling because we are really proud that we did it ourselves. Let me walk there. Focus, please. Yes, focus. Thank you. So there you can see all the screws are still visible. But it's fine. It's easy now that we have to get it out again to find the mouse. I have been thinking of letting her loose, but on the ceiling I mean, but that's not a good idea. So we'll just let her sleep here. Binks is probably upstairs sleeping. And with that, I will say goodbye to you and see you again in hopefully 2 weeks. Bye bye.